Arr! Captain Morgan here on the SS Poop Deck with yet another version of the Blue Green Ocean Road podcast with your host, David R.R. Stenberg, with new planking on my deck.
Oh, yeah, that's cool. You fixed it, huh?
Yeah.
You fixed your hole?
Fixed the hole in me bucket.
Yeah, that was pretty good. You crashed on the rocks or something you said last week?
Yeah.
I crashed on the rocks.
Only I can crash my deck on
Yeah,
rocks.
well, don't drink and drive your deck around the backyard.
Ah. So what's new?
Let's see. I'm reading Bones of the Earth. Same author, that guy I've been reading. This is about it's Jurassic Park, only better. They could instead of making dinosaurs here, they have time travel and they go there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Well, he points out at the beginning. He said, "All right, we know that. I know this kind of." As he writes it, he says, "Yeah, all right. I know this sounds like Jurassic Park, but this is why Jurassic Park wouldn't work, because DNA just ain't around. Not no fossil or nothing. Not enough to do much with it, you know. So time travel is just as nuts. So why not? Let's do that, you know. So we got paleontologists and blinds and whatnot. Oh, remember that line I used where they called paleontologists stamp collectors?
I think so, yeah.
The physicists said that, right? That was the ones that had found that layer that verified the asteroid that killed the dinosaurs 75 million years ago.
Yeah.
Anyway, it's mentioned in the book, and you've got to know that. You just got to know that little tidbit, which nobody knows really, unless you're a paleontologist or a physicist, or you really a geologist would know. It's really it's kind of cool. It's in there though, you know. Cause
It's a Mayan name, isn't it? It's Quetzalcoatl. What's the name of the asteroid?
Oh, I don't know. It landed in the Yucatan Peninsula, and it caused that layer all around the world. And
Right.
the paleontologists are the one that says, "No, it's impossible. That didn't happen. No, fuck you," because they have all their bones and whatnot. And there was a physicist and this, a Nobel Prize winning physicist, and his son who was a geologist. His father could never figure out why he wanted to be a geologist, you know, but he was in Italy and he saw the layer. You know, and then they tested it and they proved it. And you'd think you had proof, but it's just like what we were going through with Graham. You know, it's just anything outside of what's in the textbook is people will resist. So anyway, it's kind of in here. This is in spades. It's like there's one paleontologist that was trying to prove that dinosaurs were feathered. Right, they had feathers and all that, and so they have the whole. Yeah, it's pretty good. Anyway, so now they're in blinds. Now they're going back there, and they're actually watching this shit. You know what I mean? So it's cool.
Yeah, yeah.
Dinosaurs, man. I ain't grown up yet. I'm still a little boy, and I like dinosaurs.
There he is. Here's the man who he should be talking about dinosaurs. World-renowned expert in
Oh yeah, we should have held back
dinosaurs.
because I'm reading Bones of the Earth.
Oh.
This is the same guy.
Oh yeah.
And,
I think he wrote a short story about one summer when all of a sudden there were all these triceratops running around
Sounds like
in
him.
a small town, and like nobody knew like where they came from or anything, and then like they just disappeared one day. It was a really cool little short story about like all of a sudden they're on his lawn. He's looking out there, and these things are out there eating grass and stuff, and
Yeah.
pretty wild.
Hey, shit like that happens. If it happened, you're not gonna know what the fuck's going on. You're just going to witness it.
It was like a breach between time membranes or something, you know.
Yeah, this is time travel. The paleontologists go back in time, Mike, and they have blinds in all these periods.
Oh,
Yep.
I'd love to do that.
Yeah. Well, you can read the book and pretend you're doing it, I guess. And they're bringing them back. It's kind of top secret time travel and all that. And one of the paleontologists grabbed one and brought it back here. So maybe it was her. I don't know. You know, King does that a lot of like they'll take a story and then plop it in something else, another book, right? So this could be happening here, but I don't know yet because I haven't read enough of this guy to know that he does that, you know. Maybe sounds familiar. Sounds like maybe there's a little bleed into a short story that you read in the book I'm reading. I think maybe. Well, it's a crowd pleaser. Everybody loves that shit.
Oh yeah.
You know?
You mix humans and dinosaurs, and humans are getting eaten by dinosaurs. That's entertainment.
Fucking Dino Gold.
That's entertainment.
Oh yeah. Yeah, it's still a little boy.
When the first Jurassic Park movie came out, and some friend of
93,
mine
I came home. I didn't know anything about it. He said, "Hey, did you watch Jurassic Park?" I go, "What's that?" And he says, "Don't do anything. Go directly to the movie theater right now." That's what he told me, right? And I didn't, and I picked up an Omni magazine and had a fucking dinosaur on the cover. I go, "Oh, God damn it!" Right? I got contaminated. I intended to do it, right? But then there was the Omni magazine with the dinosaur and anyway, I went anyway. Oh yeah, of course I went, but
yeah.
Well,
when that came out, one of my friends was going, "Oh, that was a bad movie. You know, there was no character development. You know, and the plot. You know, character." I said, "Character development?
Yeah.
What do you need? You got dinosaurs running around eating people. Like, what the fuck more do you need?"
Yeah. What do you want? A love seed? What do you want? Acrobats?
Jesus.
Character development. Yeah, well, develop this. You know, just watch the movie.
Yeah.
There are a few movies that have made as much cultural impact as Jurassic Park.
That's right.
No, that's true.
So
Jaws, there's a few. They just show up and fucking, out of the park.
Jaws is the first, and it was the inventor of the summer blockbuster.
Yep.
Now we have to have one every year.
Oh yeah,
because it does.
The guys that made money that year,
Not so much
we're
now,
gonna have
though,
one
but
every year. We're gonna do this every
for
year.
a while.
And then there's the big Christmas blockbuster. You have to have one around Christmas, around the holidays too. Now.
Yeah.
The summer blockbuster season starts like in March, and then it ends in June, and then now the Christmas thing starts in September.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Crazy.
And February is the steaming pile month. That's where it all goes. It goes there. Nobody's going out in a snowstorm to see this shit.
That's when Netflix releases like a decent like serial or something like that series that you can watch in the cold darkness of your own rooms in your own homes in the cold winter months.
I like Haunting of Hill House. I like that one a lot.
That was a good one.
That was
a good scary one.
I
think they made a second one, but I didn't see it.
Oh no, they shouldn't make a second one. I don't.
No,
I don't want to. I don't want to see that.
Sequels are usually terrible. They're awful.
Sometimes they don't even follow the law. They change shit that shouldn't be changed because the writers didn't know enough about the first one. They just got the job and hacked it. That sucks when they do that.
But because the first one was a success, of course they had to make two more. You know, they did that with the Matrix, and although they were great action movies, the best part of the Matrix was figuring out what the Matrix was, which it unfolded over that first movie.
Yeah, and that was it. It ended fine.
It didn't need anything.
Yes.
Nope. And the other two were fucking
They were action movies. I mean, there's a lot of cool action, and
never go on the highway, Mike. What do you do? Never go on the highway. It's very bad on the highway. Albino twins will kill you.
And it had that girl in it, the Merovingian's girlfriend, Monica Bellucci. Monica Bellucci is worth the price of admission. I may be shallow. Well, I am shallow, but it's true.
Yeah, because she's not just pretty.
$10 to see Monica Bellucci in that tight dress again. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and she's also like 20 feet tall because it's a big giant movie screen. And if you come, so there's that.
So there's that.
It's a giant woman, big giant woman, big giant beautiful woman. Look at the size of that head. Watch her in IMAX. Oh, It's like flying over planet lovely girl.
So what's on the horizon as far as decent movies?
I don't know.
Has anything taken
Kind of
note?
out of it. I haven't really been paying much attention to media these days.
I have this reading list. Isaac asked the Foundations. You ever read those?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm about to. So.
All right, that's
Yeah.
classic.
Yeah. Well, I'm in now, man. That last one was great. You had like four. The fucking. It's always about. He's always about like a mind transfer, or memory or AI. Like they talk about uploading our minds, right? Or just simulating it. It's all there. I mean, and he wrote this back a while ago, like in the '80s or something, right? And this stuff is like what we're.
I think even earlier than that.
Oh yeah. It's been a staple of science fiction for a long time. Uploading your person, your awareness. Now you're in the computer and.
Oh yeah, and what reality is.
Yeah.
Dick was great on that. That one, Maze of Death. Holy shit! It's all this wacky shit. You knew what you were reading wasn't reality. That he had an explanation for all this shit, right? And that one, I was going, there's no fucking way this guy is going to be able to dig out of this. There's just no fucking way, right? It had a little castle on a mantle, come out with cannons and kill a guy, right? It was just on a mantle, right? I said, what the fuck is going on? So they were in like a holodeck. They were in like they were frozen. They were in a spaceship that was surrounded a neutron star, right? And they were stuck there, and they were just stuck there. They were going to die there, but they were going to live a long time because the ship could support their life for a long time. So they kept going into these pods, freezing, and they were simulating like a Matrix, like the Matrix, exactly like what Neo was hooked up into.
Okay, yeah.
But every time the reality, it just deteriorated. Oh shit, Mikey's here, I think.
Is that a warning? Oh shit!
Somebody wants to join.
Oh no! All right.
Oh, and he gave up.
Act casual.
Oh,
He just hung up. He gave up.
Huh.
He'll just come back. He probably thinks the link is bad, and I broke the internet. Fuck.
damn it! Why'd you break the internet?
Hold on.
Hey, Mike.
Hey, there he is.
Yeah, I like your background.
How's it going, man? Like it?
Yeah.
Looks like Hobbit Land.
Magic. Enchanting.
It is.
It's very enchanting.
Land of Enchantment.
How you doing, man?
All right, how you doing?
All right.
Since last night.
It's last night, yeah.
Yeah.
Dave, you vaping?
I am
Hold on,
now.
I'll join you.
Now there's 4.
Vaping with Davey, who's still in the Navy.
Yeah.
Probably will be for life.
Sometimes I am when I'm asleep. I wake up in a cold sweat.
Do you ever dream like you're still in the
I used to
Navy
dream about
and,
that
like,
ship all the time. Not so much anymore. It's a new trauma that fucking pops up now. The new shit, But yeah, things like that. I almost fell off almost fell like 3 stories. And at the last minute, I grabbed the pole and I was just swinging from it, right? And I kept dreaming about that. I dreamed that the thing went, but it didn't work this time. I fell. I kept fucking having that dream for a long time.
Wow. That sucks.
Yeah, that one, yeah. But I mean, I'd rather have the dream go tits up than the real life one. So there's that. So,
Right, was that the closest you came to death?
no,
No.
almost died in a fire. That was weird. I'm in a dream and it stinks. It just stinks bad. And I'm walking around in a dream trying to find clear air. I'm convinced I can find it if I do, and it's like all dark. I'm like looking around and I was there was a fire and I was getting there's all this burning smoke. It was like plastic and all this other shit. It was really bad. You got like a minute really in smoke like that and you're done. So somebody yelled fire. That woke me up. I woke up and there was flames near me. and then I fucking just ran out of there.
Holy shit!
Yeah, that was one. That was
That was your closest
close.
encounter.
I almost fell off the ship in the Indian Ocean. You know that one. That would
That's
have
a
been
close
bad.
encounter.
That would have been really bad because that'd have been like reenactment of Jaws. I'd just been floating in the ocean and waiting for it because nobody would have known. You know, I wouldn't make it to dawn. At
Even if
night.
they did, the way it would take so long to turn the ship around, they'd never find you.
They didn't know it fell off. They wouldn't
Yeah.
even have known. It was like 2 a.m. There's guys in the back watching for that, right? But they're always asleep. It's like a
Right.
watch you get, right? Every time you looked at them, they were just asleep. You know, to see if somebody's like if there was flight ops, they'd be watching. Like, but I mean, it was just like it's like a sleepy night. We weren't doing anything. We were just sailing
Some
somewhere.
pilots are much more valuable than you guys.
The deck crew too, man. They're like the plane would turn and just blow you right off the fucking thing. You know, if you weren't careful. Yeah, that happened. There were nets. There were nets to catch you. It was quite a drop though. Yeah, it was quite a way down. I used to sit out. Yeah, well, there was that one place I used to like to sit out in front, and I could see the bow, and I was right under the corner where the ship goes sideways, right? So I was like out over the ocean looking at the bow. And the first time I sat out there, like you said, Indian style, because you couldn't stand up, and it was just railing and it was grading. You could see straight down too, like between your legs. So I'd sit there. And the first time I was there, I said, "Oh, this spot is this shit," right? I'm like, "Yeah, I feel, no ways they were gonna fuck with me here," right? So then a plane launched, right? And next thing I know, I'm looking right at a jet engine because the plane lowers a little bit, right? And I went,
Yeah, it drops
"I'm
a little
dead."
bit first.
I was convinced. I said, "I'm dead," and it was gone so quick. I got a little warm. That's it. That's all that happens there. Of course,
Oh, that's good.
that place wouldn't have been there if that happened there. You know what I mean? The first sailor
But
to
if people
fry,
got
they would have
routinely
moved it.
cooked. Yeah.
And the guys that work above, they used to come down. There was like a netting too, there was this net that went out, and they jump on that, and then they'd swing down. And that was like their bathroom, and then their berthing compartment. That's where they worked too. They fueled planes above.
Wow.
So they hung out. I knew a couple of those guys. One guy went UA in Australia. I ran into him in jail when I was getting deported. He was one of those guys, yeah. Novak. Yeah, he was a great guy. I fucking liked him a lot. So we got drunk all around the world. Me and him drinking around the world, because they flew us to Hawaii. Then they flew us to the Philippines, and then Guam, Diego Garcia, Oman. Then we went on an oiler, and then I took a helicopter back to my ship, and then I don't know, about 8 days later, we pulled into the Philippines. And this chief I knew gave me my boarding pass so I could jump off the ship again. It was fucking great. I skipped out of that whole thing. They were at sea like, I think, 100 days over in the Persian Gulf. That shit's been going on forever, Persian Gulf, since the Iran thing. Yeah, it was the beginning. We pulled in first, actually, when they took the hostages. So what the fuck? I ruined everything. I was in the Philippines. I had a good time. And all this shit, Now we're at sea forever. I would have stayed in if it stayed peaceful. You know what I mean? Like when I started, there was nothing going on. We just got out of Vietnam, and nobody wanted to hear nothing about nothing. So we weren't doing nothing.
I think that was the only 4 years in the country's history where we weren't involved in conflict.
Yeah, it's
Any kind of
Carter.
conflict.
Yeah, it was good. It was just, Oh, it was like the White Fleet. No, the Roosevelt's White Fleet went around the world. They went to Japan. They went all over the place. But it was sort of like see our big gun. Look at our shit. You should build something because we got stuff. I don't know what the fuck that's about. Anyway, nobody was fucking with him that time either.
So George, what was
What year
your
was that?
closest call?
For me? Oh,
Closest to death.
when I was 6 years old. 6-year-old, and we're out camping and almost drowned
Ugh,
in a lake.
Wow.
that's not good.
Yes.
That's
So, like-
It
scary.
actually felt like, I actually felt 6 years old. I'm sitting there. This is it. This is what dying feels
What
like.
the fuck? I just got
No.
here.
Yeah. So, well, I mean, at that point, you don't have any
No, I know.
perspective about how much, But yeah, this is wow, this is it. Death is real. Death can happen. I remember feeling that feeling.
That
It was
sucks.
like very visceral. Yeah.
I had the same feeling, but it wasn't because I was dying. I saw my name. I saw David on a gravestone. David had died. It hit me.
Ben, how many times have we almost been close to death and we didn't even realize it, by just some quirk of fate?
Yeah.
We just avoided,
That's what I was just gonna say. It's these little infections that we don't even remember having, right? And you took a dose of antibiotics where 100 years ago you would have been gone.
Oh yeah, there's plenty of things. Yeah, right. Yeah, right. Fucking.
And there's plenty of times where you had a close call and you knew about it, like that time where I almost died on the cliffs.
Right. That was a fuck day.
Or narrowly escaped car accidents and those kind of things.
Oh yeah.
Those are the dramatic things, though. It's like those tooth infections that we don't even think about, anymore.
Yeah.
100 years ago, that would have killed you. That might have killed you.
Oh yeah, your teeth.
Right. A tooth infection. Yep.
My wisdom teeth came out wrong. They came out this way, right? And I was like 20, and it was going to come out through the side of my mouth. There was that thing was in there. So of course I had it surgically removed. But I imagine fucking 400 years. I don't know, a guy with pliers and shit. I know they did it, right? You just got to get rid of it. But I mean, holy fuck, you know what I mean? It was bad with Novocaine and shit. Those guys, my head's bopping around. I remember my head's going back and forth. There's blood spurting all over the place. I can't feel it, right? But yeah, they were working to get them out.
Yeah, they had a hammer and chisel. They have to pound them out with a hammer and chisel.
The guy was low ranking.
There was a time, not too many years ago, homes used to have special rooms they put aside. It was the far end of the home.
Yeah.
Where if you're writhing in agony for days on end, you wouldn't be disturbing the rest of the family, whether it's from tooth infection or childbirth or whatever, horrible pain you were going through. You wouldn't be disturbing.
Away over there. We don't want to hear that. Fuck.
Yeah.
I'm trying to sleep.
The rest of us have to get up at dawn and tend the fields and whatnot.
I would do it too. I wouldn't hang out with nobody, man. They're going to the porch if they didn't do it for me. Fuck it.
The women had a menstruation.
Oh yeah.
Shelter,
Yeah, lady time room.
How about you, Mikey? What was your closest? What was your closest?
Well, I don't know. Probably a bunch of them, but I'd have been gone 20 years ago if it wasn't for modern science, medical science.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. That was close.
That Hodgkins would have killed me, sure.
But it wasn't really close. I mean, close is like when you think you're going to die.
Close.
Yeah.
Well, I'm sure he went through a period of time thinking that this was it, right?
Oh yeah, prolonged. Yeah, prolonged.
So mine was extreme. Where mine was extremely short, yours was prolonged. That must have been very, tough time.
Man.
Yeah.
But.
Yeah, health is sucks.
Modern medicine. Thank you, chemo.
I got a stent.
Yeah.
Hey, there's another thing to be thankful for.
Yeah, that was scary because it was heart disease, and I was having a hard time walking anywhere. I couldn't walk very long. I had to stop and rest, and it happened one day. I woke up that way.
You had a blockage.
Yeah,
that's close. That's a close call, Dave. That's probably your closest call.
Oh, that's close. Yeah, and I was aware of it. You know what I mean? It was is this it? And I was taking nitro a lot. I was actually kind of having heart attacks.
Oh, yeah.
Wow. I had it up at the campus, but I didn't have medical, and I moved around a lot. I would get winded, but nothing bad, right? And I'm smoking still and all that. So when I got down to this new place, I sat around a lot. I didn't walk like I did up there, right? Yeah. And it almost instantly started, my condition started to deteriorate. But now I had medical, right? So I go see a fucking doctor, and I could even have an operation, So that was weird. They gave me that was like getting surgery was weird. I mean, that's close. They fuck up there sometimes.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Yeah. Anyway, I remember they gave me Valium, right? And like all my worries went away. I didn't give a fuck all about nothing, right? And I was awake during it, right? They were explaining like they have this X-ray that keeps going around me, right? And if it starts taking too long, the X-ray will start burning. It says you'll get a burn, right? It'll be like a really bad tan, but we got to keep it going. They warned me just in case you start, sizzling or something. I don't know, fucking. So,
Jesus.
and they cut the leg right below the deck, like below the ball, and there's like a major artery there. They go up, and they put the thing in, they pull it out, right? But they can't sew that, right? They have to keep direct pressure on it, right? So I'm in recovery, right? And I'm like waking up, and my heart doctor comes in and say, "How you doing?" Right? He pulls my sheet back, right? I'm covered in blood, right? I'm fucking spilling out, like the nurses aren't paying attention, right? So he put direct pressure on it. He says you got to keep it. Says he was telling me, we used to put sandbags on this. It's good he checked on me. So then they gave instructions to the nurse, like, watch his you know better, whatever. Somebody fucked up, and I almost died. And so that was the day I almost spilt out all my blood in my bed. That day, I forgot about that one.
I just remembered one. I was in the dentist office one time, dentist getting a procedure, and they were taking out all these metal fillings, and they're supposed to put oxygen, because when they take out the metal fillings, you breathe in a lot of the toxins, right? So they take out the metal, they put in the white stuff, and but instead of oxygen, he put on the gas.
Oh no.
Yeah, he didn't know it. He caught him. I caught it at the last second before going out.
What do you mean, the nitrous nitrous oxide?
Yeah. He put that on instead of the oxygen. He didn't know. He was
Yeah,
like,
shit like that happens.
Whoops. Oh my God.
You make mistakes at work.
That's why the most difficult thing is the anesthesiologist, where they have to get those gases just right. There's like a fine balance between unconsciousness and death through asphyxiation with the anesthesiologist, and he has to be right on his money and balance that just right.
It's funny you bring up the gas, because what I was getting to was my closest encounter was not dramatic at all. We had some kind of carbon monoxide poisoning in the little house we lived on, and what it was it was not dramatic. I was dreaming, and I was in a dream. Knowing I was in a dream, I tried to wake up, and then I was awake, and I was like, "Oh, great! Wow, that was a fucking weird dream." And then all of a sudden, this reality got really weird, and I tried to wake up, and I woke up, but I was in another dream, and I wasn't really actually waking up.
Oh wow!
I was trying to wake myself up, and I wasn't waking myself up. I was just waking up in another dream. And finally, I kind of understood what was going on, and I woke myself up, moved my body, got up, and I just went around throwing open all the windows. We'd have been Sequoia was a baby. We'd have been all dead in the morning.
What was the
detected
source?
CO2 yourself?
The propane heater.
Oh man,
That was CO2 though, right?
That was CO, carbon monoxide.
Monoxide.
C2O. I watched that Kevorkian movie the other night, the one with Al Pacino plays Kevorkian.
Oh yeah?
And he had an elaborate
Perfect.
multi-phase suicide machine. It was very interesting, and last he settled on was the carbon monoxide, where he'd just hook you up to a tank of carbon monoxide, and then you would hit a button or you'd pull a lever. You'd pull like the clamp on the hose, and you'd start breathing in the carbon monoxide through a tank of carbon monoxide they would somehow get a hold of, and that's how you would do yourself in if you wanted the assisted suicide and stuff. But that was a very interesting movie.
It's legal in Colorado, right? And they give you a cocktail of pills. Now. You go home as a prescription. Like, take all these and you're over it. There's no turning back once you swallow them, right? So this one guy had a party. People were there, right? They were saying goodbye. And I guess he makes like a drink. You dissolve it in a drink, right? So he takes some of it, he goes, yeah. He just comments that it tastes bad, right? And there was a guy there that was getting drunk, and he grabbed it and says, let me try it. And he drank
Whoa!
So when the emergency guys show up, right, there's two dead guys on the bed. Not one. There's all this hysteria, and like they can't. You got to save one, but not the other one, right? You know what I mean? Holy fuck! You know,
Wow.
yeah, it went tits up.
Were they able to save him?
Yeah,
The one that
yeah, it was really awkward for him after you know. I guess the family, you know, talking about black sheep. I don't know. It's the drunk guy. You know, there's always
That
one.
guy.
That guy. Yeah.
So I guess it's part of the Canadian National Health System now that you can opt for that if you
Good.
feel like you can't afford treatment, if you can't afford,
I've had enough.
you know, to live with the pain, or if you can't afford
But it's saying
Go
Canada
on.
in Canada is not about not being able to afford it free.
Yeah.
No, actually, it is. People are, yes, actually, that's an issue, believe it or not.
Everything's free in Canada.
Yeah, but it's
Medical
not
treatment's free.
to an extent, to a certain extent, and then they won't fund the other extreme measures that you may think are available to you. But it
We
is
just
an
watched
issue
this guy.
that they talk about.
We just watched this guy on YouTube, Joe Robinette, who's an
Yeah.
outdoors guy. You know him? He just messed himself up big time. He
He's in a
put himself in a
coma.
3-week coma, messed up his brain, messed up
Cats.
all in a dirt bike accident, and he just walked out of the hospital. 3 weeks in a coma in a hospital.
CAT scans,
Was
MRIs, all the stuff that they say Canada doesn't have because they're not civilized.
Who
I
says
guarantee
that?
you he didn't pay it.
You know,
I
we have all the
guarantee you
machines. They
they-
don't have any machines up there.
Who says
But they're
that?
fucking, they got modern medicine. Lots of people think that. They got modern medicine, just like
You know
we
the
do.
one I always wanted,
Of
Mike?
course, but what? Who would
The
think
one
that they
in
didn't?
Soylent Green. Remember that Soylent Green suicide chamber, a place you could go? The old guy who was like our age. He was like born in the 60s,
Yeah.
but it was in the
Yeah.
future.
Soylent
Oh, it
Green.
was this time, right?
Soy-
When did Soylent Green take place? I think we're by it. I think it's
Yeah, I
already.
think yeah.
He was old.
Yeah, he was our age. Like, he was an old guy.
Like
and
this
he
age
went in
now?
there and he picked his favorite color, his favorite
Oh, yeah,
music,
yeah,
all
yeah.
that shit. And he laid down and
That
they
wasn't a
put the
bad
guy
way
to
to go.
sleep.
I'm going to look up Soylent Green right now.
Yeah. Those in the future. We were eating each other in 1997. You know?
Right.
Yeah.
What Star
All right.
Trek?
It
The
says
eugenics
it was made in 73.
7.
So what year is set?
It's the very first frame, I think. The
I
first
think
thing they tell you.
2022, 2023.
2022.
Oh, yeah, remember.
Remember 2022?
22.
2022. It was set in
That's a hoot.
2022, 2 years ago.
Yeah.
Boy, I'm glad it didn't turn out like that.
Well,
That movie had a big
It could be a
impact.
few.
on
It
people.
could be a few years. It could be a few years off. But,
Yeah.
You know.
That's right.
I remember like people living in their
still
cars.
possible.
You know? And now there are people living in their cars on the streets.
oh yeah.
Yes, and
Nothing like that movie. It's nothing like that movie. You could see the air. It was like this green haze everywhere. It was freaking me out.
There's places
Well,
on
they-
the planet that are like that, though.
Yeah.
they were anticipating global temperatures to soar, and that outside, if you lived outside air conditioned environment, you're exposed to like high heat all the time because of the
and the
global
population.
temperature
I
risk.
think that was the other thing was the population was huge.
Yeah, that's right. They get the population number at the beginning.
Right, and so at first
Population,
they had like several versions of Soylent, whatever, but the last one they came up with was dealing with all the dead bodies. So they just
Oh, yeah,
made
the
food
garbage
stuff out of
trucks.
them.
right? The body garbage
Yeah.
trucks, right? They had
Yeah.
like the scoops. They were scooping people up, right? And they were taking it to the plant, making like little cubes of, I don't know.
Like little patties, like
Yeah,
little biscuits,
Soylent Green.
little Soylent Green biscuits.
The
Yeah.
wafers.
Yeah, they were
They're
scooping them
waffles.
out.
But Tuesday, Soylent Green Day.
Yeah.
They just come with scoops and we're out of Soylent Green. Just go scoop up those riding people.
Make more Soylent Green.
Yes. And they were nice. They were wrapping him in like sheets, but that wouldn't be the case, obviously, otherwise. But they were being really nice about it.
Let's go like to Tokyo or Beijing, where people live in they just rent these little cubes to sleep in and stuff.
Oh yeah.
The air's so bad. You can see the air. It's so bad,
Yeah.
I made the
places on the plane.
I'm getting really good at smoothies.
It'll happen first in China, I guess. We'll see. We're making foodstuffs out of.
China is the dystopian future that we've all read about.
Workers' paradise.
Where the state is worshipped above all else.
Above all else, yes.
Well, you got to worship
China.
There's always somebody in charge of something. You get rid of one, something else pops up.
Of course.
There's always got to be somebody running the shit,
I think Trump said that once at the debate the other night. He did the China, the wonderful China pronunciation. It was awesome. China. It was like if they had like a crowd there, everybody would be going wild.
I couldn't go near that thing.
Yeah, I wasn't going to watch that.
That was fun to watch.
I'm time traveling.
That
was the most sad as hell,
sad
man.
and pathetic, and it was just like, how did we come to this? This is a presidential debate. How did we come to this? This is awful. My God, this should be a dignified, or at least somewhat dignified thing, but now it's just regressed into some awful thing, name-calling nonsense,
It's been worse.
With no real issues, no real solutions are offered. Just like, you're a horrible person.
Yeah, they're politicians, man. You just can see them.
And you're a horrible person because you did that. And no real solutions, no real options for a change, no real
George,
options for anything.
Did you watch it till the end?
Yes, I did.
Yikes!
Why would you do that to yourself? Was there one thing mentioned on the environment at all?
Not that I can remember. No.
Yeah, exactly. RFK. That's why.
Oh, brother.
RFK is like voting for Trump, though.
I don't care. I'll vote for the guy. Vote for the guy who really likes the environment, who actually has a track record of helping the environment. I'll vote for him. Fuck him. Those two.
Putting the pharmaceutical companies and the medical establishment in their place.
But when your guy wins, right? When Trump wins, that you think the environment's going to be better because
you're a guy. Who's saying
you're
a guy?
Trump is your guy because he's funded by Trump's people. His fucking campaign manager even said, "We're only here to hurt Biden. That's what we're here for." I mean, so
who said that?
You're voting for
Trump. Who the hell said that? Is that like in a proper? Is that in the
Look it up. You don't believe me? Look it up.
I will.
All Biden wanted.
What is this, a debate?
All RFK wanted to do.
Check this out, man. I'll talk about this apple.
Nice apple.
I made like I'm getting really. You know that smoothie I made you, Mike? It was shit. That was fucking awful. But I was still good at. I like brand new at it. Today, this morning, I caught a few of these just with milk in that smoothie thing. It was like a religious experience. I'm not lying. It was all foamy and shit. It was just fucking excellent. I'm getting really good at this. Strawberries are great too. Mangoes are the shit. Frozen mangoes. Yeah, it's all foam. I love that fucking thing. Smoothies are the shit.
Dave. Get us out of the politics.
Yeah, just go fuck off. That shit.
Yeah, fuck them guys.
Well, this is what I'm doing. Like, I'm like in the Jurassic period, looking at dinosaurs in the jungle. It's the shit.
Did you watch the game? That's the more important thing.
Which one is that?
I don't know. The ball game.
What ball game?
Yeah,
last night when they
things
lost
with sticks and balls.
Boston against whoever.
No, I haven't watched that.
It's against the Padres.
Oh, the fucking Padres. They suck.
You know what's kind of cool about that game, though? The only thing that was cool about that game
was that
Xander Bogaerts is on the Padres now.
He's on the Padres?
But he's hurt. He's on the Padres. He got traded to the Padres. Yeah.
Wow.
Padres offered him $290 million. Would you turn that down?
The Padres? San Diego Padres?
Yeah.
I saw him play. He was playing for Pawtucket just before he got the call to the big show.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
I saw him playing in the game, and he was really good. And then, like 2 weeks later, he was in the big show.
Yeah. Sox didn't pay out for him, so he went somewhere else.
Wow.
But anyway, the cool part was he wasn't playing because he's hurt, but he came out into this. They did this whole montage of his years at Boston on the big screen, and he came out and waved to everybody, and it was really cool.
Yeah, it's a struggle, man. It's a drama. You don't know what's going to happen. It's just every minute. Fuck. Yeah, it was like when the Patriots went undefeated that year. Almost. Motherfucker. Every one of those endings were fucking dramatic. None of them were easy. Just, it was unreal. There was one, like the Ravens beat us. We won. They beat us, right? It was like 4th down. We had to get a first down, right? Or we lost. And the defense held it, right? And it went, that's it. It didn't happen, right? And then there's like whistles and shit. It turns out that the Ravens coach had called a timeout right before the snap. So now the camera's on him, and he's like, want to get away, that moment? And then the next course, Brady gets a first down, and then we beat them too. Now we're on our way, right, to undefeated season. But what the fuck? That's just one of them. That was when we needed to get some time off the clock. Just had to burn, like, I don't know, 20 seconds or something. And he said, how the fuck's he going to do that, right? So Belichick just tells Brady to do something. He goes out there, they stab it. Brady throws it in the fucking air, and it just launches up, like, into the stratosphere. And then, it goes down, and, like, 21 seconds later, fucking, okay. Go. That was so fucked, because we're going, like, what are we going to do, We'll do that.
Sox are getting, man, they got a lot of speed on the bases right now. They got 3 guys that are really fucking fast, and they put them right in a row. They line them right up, and they get on the bases, and they're stealing bases left and right.
Nice.
They stole 9 bases in one game. That was fucking awesome, man. There's nothing.
They changed that rule about stacking, right?
Stacking?
Yeah, they
Stacking
take everybody in the
bases?
field and just like where the guy's like dominant, where he hits.
Oh,
and
yeah,
shit,
yeah,
they would
yeah,
just
yeah,
crowd
yeah.
one side. They could just move right anywhere they fucking want. They could gang up,
Second baseman's got to stay on that side of second base. The shortstop's got to stay on that side.
And the pitcher's got to get to it. He can't sit there and scratch his balls for 10 minutes. So
You just got 10 seconds to pitch a pitch.
yeah,
Yeah.
try and get the emery cloth out and
Game's a
whatever
lot
the
faster
fuck.
now.
Put some grease on it.
That's an improvement.
It's getting good.
Well, yeah, it makes it more interesting. Did you ever see
Watch these guys
Bo
that-
Jackson play?
Watch these guys that can really run.
Did you ever
What's
see
that?
Bo Jackson play, Mikey?
I don't know. Who's that?
Oh, hey, he
No, Bo?
he
Bo Jackson?
he was this college kid, right? He was
Oh, Bo Jangles.
really good at sports, and everybody wanted him for the NFL, right? But he said he wanted to play baseball because one, he could do it longer, like football will fucking just use me up. So everybody's calling him like this, these names and shit. So the Royals take him. So now he's an outfielder for the Royals. He was fucking awesome. He used to he's one of those guys that could, like, I don't know how he did this. There's a clip of it. He could take a couple of steps up a wall, catch a ball, and like actually hit the wall one more time on the way down. The guy was like a fucking gazelle. It was unreal, right? The guy was real unreal. Fucking
This was the guy. He was involved in 3 different sports.
He tells the
Football,
NFL.
baseball, and basketball.
He tells the NFL, says, if you want me, you can have me after the baseball season. If I go to the World Series, you're not going to get me till November. So he didn't think anybody would take it, and the Raiders went, okay. Fucking Raiders said, all right. So at the end of the minute he was available outside of baseball, he'd go to Oakland, right? Now he's a running back, and he was great there. There was a Monday night game. They called it the Bo Jackson Show. They just gave him the ball, and he just kept running into the end zone. Yeah, it was unreal. He's unreal. And then he got injured. He was running up a field, and he got hit. It didn't even look bad. It didn't look like anything happened, but his hip had like snapped out, like his leg was extended, and his hip just came right out of the socket and went up, right?
Oh,
So, and that was the end. Matter of
Oh,
fact, he
Jax.
couldn't even play baseball now. It ended like exactly like almost like he was trying to say in college that why he didn't want to play football, right? And it happened to him anyway. I saw it.
Yeah,
I
you
saw
gotta
the
feel
hit.
bad for some of those guys.
It
It's
was
such
just
a
like
short shelf life
he got pushed
for
from the
football
back.
players.
Nobody gets hurt
They
with
got to
that.
make the money quick, man. They got to make the money
Yeah,
quick. If they get
right.
that offer,
Because
they're gonna go for it.
Oh, he did fine. Yeah, he made money. Yeah, he made money. He made money after. He was a smart guy.
remember that was always that Bo knows. Bo knows your sister. Bo knows your brother. Bo knows. Bo knows baseball. Bo knows football. It was like this commercial saying.
Oh yeah, they kept
Like it became like that. Bo knows your sister thing.
that bought that guy a house, Mike. A
Yeah.
couple of houses probably.
Yep.
Yeah, right. Say Bo a lot. Keep
So
saying
that's
Bo.
where that came from. Okay.
Go,
Your
Jack.
sister.
So speaking of sports,
That's a
is
gem.
the new season of Shoresy is out on Hulu.
Oh, that's a good.
Yeah. Yep.
New season of The Bear is out too.
I haven't seen that one yet.
The Bear, yeah. You told me you watched it, didn't you?
I haven't seen the new season.
Oh, the new season. No,
It's
no,
good.
No. Yeah.
Well,
Bear.
the bear is good. Somewhat watching, I guess.
Very tense. I always like after seeing that, I'm always like just like wired like
Have you ever worked in a
Strong.
kitchen
everybody all the
before?
time.
Have you ever
What's that?
worked in a kitchen?
No.
Have you ever worked in a kitchen?
I
Oh,
never.
it's pretty intense.
5
Yeah.
years.
Even a shithole. Yeah, when it gets busy, it's pretty intense.
5 years, man.
Yeah, you are stressed. It's all adrenaline. Yeah.
There's a wait. Oh shit.
It's a wait
Orders
for
are
what?
coming up. Yeah, you gotta
Oh
wait.
yeah,
There's
that's
a wait. There's a line going out the door. There's a wait for tables. They come in and tell you there's a wait. Oh shit.
You're over there just chopping shit. Just trying to get it cooked.
Just
uh,
start
I
feeding
was working
everybody
in the-
raw meat.
I was working in the I was working in the kitchen up in North Conway once, and it was a real intense seafood restaurant. And when it rained out up there in the outlet area, people just wanted to go to the restaurant, So whenever it rained, it was a horror show. And I remember the guy who was like a really nice guy. He was like the manager of the kitchen. He was sort of the guy in charge. He during the rush, he bent over to get something out of get some food out of the lower shelf or something, and he blew out his back. His face just went white, right there. It just went white,
My life's over.
and he bent over and he just popped his discs
Ew.
in his back. And yeah,
Yep.
I just remember we sat him down or whatever, and got him a wet cloth, and I was rubbing his face. I mean, it was just, it wasn't that incident that did it. It was probably a lifetime of abuse, but that was the straw that broke the camel's back.
Yeah.
The stress, the
Time.
bending over the wrong way, boom, gone. Yeah, he was out. I stayed in touch with him for a long time, but he was gone. Yeah,
Yeah. Wow. Yeah, that's
but that is intense work, though. Yeah.
yeah. If it's even half of what the bear is, I don't even want anything to do with it.
Yeah.
I liked it because
Well,
it's a pretty accurate display of like how filthy some of these
Yeah.
kitchens can be.
That I've
And,
seen. I've delivered. I've
that's-
delivered to restaurants. I know that. Yes, it's there's two worlds. There's the front room and there's the back room. They're two different worlds,
This
man.
is true.
They're two different countries.
That's why there's health
And it's-
inspectors.
Yeah,
Ah,
yeah.
But even then,
Yeah, sure.
even then,
Yeah, sometimes, yeah.
I remember a solution for the health inspector for one kitchen I worked in was to put plastic against the walls because the walls were so filthy. So you put this clear plastic. And I was working the grill, and I saw a cockroach crawling in between the plastic and the wall. And just because I was 16 years old and I was bored, I just took the handle of the spatula and I squished the cockroach
You're not the first
between
one to
the
do that.
plastic and the wall. And the manager freaked completely. because there was that cockroach that was going to stay there for the whole time that plastic was squished against the wall.
Yeah, it's like
But
art.
yeah, to me, a 16-year-old, that was art. It was like,
It's better.
look at this.
It's better now.
Cockroach.
When I was in San Francisco.
I'm personalizing my workspace.
I was in San Francisco a few years back. We were staying in the red light district, right? And
ooh, red light. He
And
froze
then he
at red
froze.
light.
Wow, that's
fucked.
kind of weird.
That was
they
God.
made it look really good. They made it look really good.
He has no idea that happened.
Right. They made it look really cheap and good. And I got there, it was, classic nastiness. Anyway, we went into this Indian restaurant, and it was pretty dirty,
Oh, say no more. Say no more.
No, I want to tell you this story. We got this rice dish, right? And you know how there's cardamom pods? Like the ones we get around here are small, but there's actually a bigger cardamom pod.
Yeah.
It's pretty big. It's good. It's like, so big, it's pretty big. And it was in the rice dish, right? And this thing, it looked like a cockroach, right? It just did.
In a rice bowl.
And when I saw it, my appetite just went away.
Yeah.
Completely went away.
My appetite just went away.
I think I took it out of the dish and wrapped it in a napkin and put it. And then I when the wait staff came over, I said, "Look, I think I had this cockroach in my." She goes, "No, that was a cardamom pod." I'm like, "No, I think look." And when I looked at it, and I saw that it was a cardamom pod, my appetite immediately came back. It was the weirdest thing.
That's
it was
better.
the weirdest thing.
One time we were tripping, and me and Dave were having breakfast at this little diner in Burwell. And we were tripping, and in this place, like the guy had this Portuguese radio station on, and you wanted to try and understand what you were hearing, but you couldn't, and it was echoing through the place. I'm eating my pancakes, and I look down, and there's all these bug parts in my pancakes.
Oh, yeah.
From the big, like they look like giant mosquitoes.
Yeah, unmistakable.
They're flying around near the grill, I guess, And I stopped eating, and immediately, like I was hungry, but immediately my appetite just went away.
Yeah, that's weird, huh?
Yeah,
I
and all we wanted to do
Dave.
was eat.
I watched him eat, and then I didn't say nothing, and then I showed him.
We waited. We were waiting for a restaurant.
Near-death experience.
We were. He made us wait for.
We were talking. We were talking about. I can't wait till that diner opens so we could go in there and eat.
Yeah.
And I ate like a motherfucker, and Mike's just like staring at it like he's having a bad trip. Like it's monster face talking. I don't know what the fuck's going on, but I'm going like, what the fuck, right? So he tells me outside there were bug pots. I went, yeah, really? Okay.
Over, you got your coffee.
Thanks for not telling me. I'm glad he didn't tell me.
You want a refill on your coffee? You're in a diner, right? So you figure, you get the refill. He gives you the refill, immediately writes down like another cup of coffee on your bill, and you're like, "There's a refill. Like, what's up with that?" It was just a strange. The guy was strange. The place was strange.
He didn't like us. He likes one bit. We were hippies, Mike.
There was Portuguese echoing through the room. Just echoing weird. Half of it was I was tripping, and half of it was just.
Sounds like a bad trip, man.
It got better after we left.
Yeah.
Well, we're always eating bugs. You eat any kind of grain, you eat any kind of anything. It's always a certain percentage of bugs, bug age, bugs.
I don't mind it now. It's back then was
bug traces.
When I was
bug
tripping.
Scat.
Yeah.
At 17 or
Rat
16
scat.
or 17, it kind of freaked me out.
They're in them Drake cakes.
Yeah.
They're in everything.
I know. So there's a certain percentage of bug we're eating all the time.
I think it's got duck shit in it because they got that picture of that duck. Right? There's a duck on Drake cakes. So, like, what the fuck's the duck doing there? What's a Drake?
Said I didn't order bug wings with my meal.
You never
charge
do.
me extra for that?
Unless you do. Maybe you can order bug wings.
We had the
There's
boys
a certain
up at,
percentage you have to assume.
We had the boys up at Bread and Puppet. There were all these crickets all over us. We were at the big amphitheater part. Remember that, Mikey? And the boys were talking about, because like we raised our kids differently, and Square used to eat ants, and boys were talking about the bugs, and we were saying that, like, oh yeah, they're very nutritious. You can eat them. Well, cedar and sequoia started eating these crickets.
Yeah.
The people around us were freaking out. We're over there like, yeah, good boys. This is good protein, like organic protein.
Yeah, the Australian Aborigines light logs on fire, and when the bugs come out, they come out roasted. They come out of the log burning, and you just grab them as they're escaping their fiery death.
They eat them big white maggots too that are alive when they eat them. Oh, it's weird.
So it's land shrimp.
Yeah.
Land
If
shrimp,
they
I was
probably
gonna
taste
say.
good.
Yeah, probably do. Little
I
soy
mean, think
sauce.
about what a shrimp is. A shrimp is a
Sure.
bug. Crabs are spiders. You got a spider big enough, you just throw it in a pot, steam it, eat it. That's what a crab is.
Yeah, crabs. They walk sideways.
Lobsters are
Yeah,
It's unnerving. It's true though. I don't know. I can't.
Sideways, you silly savage.
Sure, when you're eating something else and all of a sudden you taste crab, taste little bits of crab.
Hey.
Imitation.
And you know you're in the wrong neighborhood.
Please
away.
don't eat me. Don't eat me.
I just
please.
lost my appetite again.
Pick the other lobster.
That was in Thailand. Thailand, it's a guy walking around with scorpions on sticks. Charged
eat one?
scorpions. Nah. I heard later that you can get bad bacterial diseases from those and stuff, but I didn't have one.
You get a lot of bacteria. in
But if
Thailand.
your stomach's used to it, I mean, regionally, if
Yeah.
your stomach's used to
That's
certain bacteria, it's not that bad.
Right.
I mean, they would come over here and they would get sick from our cuisine, perhaps.
Get all your shots.
Because their digestive biomass is not compatible. Just like
Different.
go to different parts
I'm watching
of
this
the world.
guy, Chris Muslis. Chris Muslis went to Haiti, and places are so poor there. This woman was making mud cookies. This is mud, and she ferments the mud and bakes off these, and it just makes tons of these cookies out of mud. And he ate like a couple of them, and he spent the next 3 days in bed.
Bad idea.
Yeah, but we're there. They'd eat them, They just
Fucking
eat
mud.
them.
Who would have thought?
Yeah,
Who would
there's
have thought?
something in there. Like, poop mostly, and dead bugs. Lots of
watching
dead bugs.
He's
Jeez,
watching them eat them with
mud.
They're eating them,
Don't get sick.
with no problem.
3 though.
Yeah.
He ate
It must
3.
have tasted good. He went back for second and
Amazing.
third.
Yeah, I don't think they tasted that good, but he saw everybody eating them, and I'll try them.
I'm
The
making,
next 3 days, like deathly ill.
I'm making compost tea right now out there.
Yeah.
And that's going to start fermenting pretty soon. And that's what you put on your plants. Fermented compost
Yeah, that'd be
shit.
good.
Shit tea.
Yeah.
Mixed with
Shit
water.
tea.
When it starts to foam and gets all smelly like sewage, that's when the plants really love it.
Right.
Yeah.
You using horse shit?
Goat shit from the
Goat shit.
I haven't had a goat in over a year, and I'm digging up.
Oh,
where
so
she
that
was.
must be. Yeah. Yeah, that must be real good. Yeah.
Yeah, believe it or not, there's a lot that's not been broken down because it's not getting air. It's all packed down with hay and layers of hay and shit. And so it has taken it's still 2 years on, and it's still like a lot of grass, a lot of hay right in the mix in the compost. But the manure is all composted.
Yeah, you got a lot of good dirt.
Yeah, it's like a little bank account I keep over there where the goat was.
Black gold, baby.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You got a lawn like my grandmother had with the dairy farm, Mike. That thick shit. Just that dark. Yeah. It's like chocolate cake. Chocolate cake dirt.
Yeah. And then the dirt in my garden. I've been gardening here for like 30 years now, and every year building up soil, adding mulch and everything. It's like it's deep. It's black dirt. It's really deep.
Yeah.
It's really nice.
Yep. We had it. We had a ton of it because the dairy farm.
Yep.
fucking big pile in the back. Yeah, you remember all that. By that pine tree. That was Mount Black Dirt.
Yeah. Yeah, you could grow anything in that.
Oh, yeah. How are those briars down there?
Yeah, they grew well in that too.
I think my grandfather used them to keep the cows in behaving.
Yeah, he planted that. Your grandmother was telling us that. He planted these. He got this, like, I forget what the name of that briar. It had flowers on it too.
Mm.
And you would plant it along a fence row, and then you didn't need a fence because nothing was going to go through it.
Yeah, it sucked. Kind of.
There's the deck.
Invasive, too, though.
Hey,
Oh, yes.
There's the deck.
Poop deck. The poop deck rides again.
George fixed the hole.
Chase them chickens. Chase them chickens. Chicken chasing.
Hey, what's happening?
Oh, yes. It had his. There's something else that
man.
came up.
Chicken just said, "Fuck
Coming
off."
Fuck off! Fuck off! Fuck off!
Oh,
Yeah.
look at this. Gotcha. Oh, you got some
Okay.
big ones. Yeah, man. Nice.
Here you go.
Hey, now that's a breakfast, baby. That's luxury.
Hey, what's
Yeah.
the forecast? Is it raining?
It's going to, yeah.
I think like
Heavy
tonight,
rain
right?
tomorrow.
Tomorrow for sure.
Yeah.
It was like,
I'm gonna have the pond to myself tomorrow when it's raining. It's gonna be great.
George had that forest of cherry tomatoes, the little ones. Remember? It was like just going through there. It was just like this jungle over by there. That was fucking great.
Oh, I love cherry tomatoes, man. Just graze on them.
Yeah.
So I get
That's a
these
nice
frozen
time of
bags
year.
of blueberries now, Mike. And I just think about like
Them free range.
how long it took to pick them. So
Those are pears.
Oh, these are
Peaches.
peaches. Peaches
Oh.
in the summertime, apples in the fall.
There he is. George
Dinosaurs.
has a-
King of the hill. That's the king of king of Cucumber Hill right there.
Yeah.
New Hampshire red.
Pretty.
What a healthy flock.
Nice looking bird.
Yo,
Free
dude, get
range,
the
man.
fuck out of
You get $7 a dozen for them eggs. Free range, organic.
Shit.
Actually, I've been giving them away. People are taking them. People love them.
Of course they are. Of course they are. You Marxist.
That's right. Well, at least I'm not being forced to give them to people.
That's
That's the
true.
difference.
That's true.
But anyway,
Some to Mike. He could use some protein.
Mike loves eggs.
Ugh.
He's always telling me how much he loves the eggs.
Make me want to. I just lost my appetite again. You'd rather eat a cockroach.
yeah, what's worse, a cockroach or an egg on your rice?
Ugh.
Egg
Egg, baby. Can't wait to get to
food
mine.
rice.
Under a minute. Uh-oh.
Rain down there today? Gonna get some rain?
I think so. Later on.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it looks like rain.
I think so up here too.
And then it's supposed to be heavy rain tomorrow. All right,
Oh, man.
we got seconds left. All right, nice to
damn.
see you, boys.
Yeah, good seeing you guys, man.
All right, take care.
Good seeing you, man. You take care.
Peace. Oh,
Yeah, buddy.
Go Red Sox.
Yeah, go Red Sox, man.